I know I said I'd do my face reveal at 10,000 subscribers, but there's a lot of content that I want to put out that would involve me showing my face. So I think it's just good that I get it out of the way anyway. So face reveal, 3, 2, 1. Didn't want to knock that over. What's going on, guys? My name is Fates. This is my face. You can get your ugly, sexy, whatever comments out of the way. I know they're mostly going to be like about how hot I am and stuff. Right? This hoodie's a little big on me, so I gotta make it, you know, fit. Dude, I swear if one of my parents walk in while I'm recording this. So, you clicked on this video because you want to know, is the Valve Index still worth it in 2025? And to be honest, I can't give you a yes or no answer. I really have to break it down for you, but I have some notes in my phone of just basic points that I'm going to go over to hopefully convince you that it's worth it or convince you that it's not worth it. And I don't have a script or anything. Like I said, it's just basic notes in my phone, just bullet points basically, because I want to give my genuine thoughts and authentic, you know, not scripted, just straight up. Let me start off with saying that I've owned this headset for about 2 weeks now, and I did not pay the full retail price for a new one, which is about 1,000 USD. I bought the headset off Facebook Marketplace for $250. I bought my trackers and my controllers. I just pointed to both of them. I bought those combined for $250. So combined total, I spent $500 on my entire Valve Index setup. Do I think it's worth the $1,000 price point? No. Actually, let me take the glass off so you nerds don't yell at me. This headset is 6 years old. It came out in 2019. Obviously, at the time, there were some technical limitations to what could be put inside of a VR headset. Something like the Meta Quest 3 in 2025 has a lot better specs than this. The Meta Quest 3 also has some things that I don't like compared to this. I can already see the comments. The Valve Deckard is here. The Valve Deckard's coming out soon. I know. It's going to be, at least from what I've seen, $1,200, and it's going to be somewhat standalone, which kind of worries me. I'll save that for another video if I ever talk about it again. But you know, the Valve Deckard is going to be obviously a lot better than the Valve Index, being that it's coming out with like today's technology and not technology from 6 years ago. I also want to say I bought my Valve Index because I'm a VR content creator. I'm not just an average VR user. Pick it up every once in a while, use it, exercise, play with friends, whatever. I bought this because I create content based around VR and VR games. The comfortability of the headset is very good. As you can see in here, there's a leather face pad, and in the back, it's like this nice mesh foamy stuff. It's kind of focusing on the audio. So there's like this nice like little padded stuff back here that it is very comfortable. And the whole strap part of the headset is basically just like a Meta Quest 3 Elite strap. As you can see, they're pretty similar. They both have the little twisty knob on the back. They both have the little head thing on the side and the padded backing. Can't believe I just held both of those in my hands. What am I, rich? But just like I went over comfortability, I'm gonna go over things like the display and the audio, which I'm going to be grading all of these on a scale of 1 through 10. I'm going to give the comfortability of the Valve Index without any extras or accessories an 8.5 out of 10. It's really good. It's really comfortable. I can wear it for a long time. I'm not going to lie, I don't know if this face pad is the default face pad or like the base face pad that comes with the headset. The guy I bought it off on Facebook Marketplace, shout out Antonio, he gave this to me with it. I don't know, again, if it's like the one that comes with the headset or not, but this is what he gave me. Leather face pads are the greatest. I have one for my Meta Quest 3 too. They're very comfortable and they're very breathable. When you do sweat, it's not gonna fog up your screen as much as the normal mesh face pad would. And also these are magnetic, so I can just kind of messed that up, but you see the point. Now, the display is pretty good. Now, obviously, something like the Valve Index isn't going to have as good of a display resolution as the Meta Quest 3. I had to pull this up because I had to make sure that I wasn't going to say the wrong thing. Both headsets use LCD screens, which is honestly something I prefer because you do get that sweet spot and you don't have to worry about focusing on something that you want to see. Maybe like something out of the corner of your eye. Like you don't have to look dead on to see it. You can kind of see it just looking sideways. You don't have to be straight on with it. The Valve Index displays consist of 1440 by 1600 pixels per eye, which is pretty good, I'd say, honestly. And this is a genuine experienced thought. You don't notice it as much as you might think. Once you start using this headset, it'll kind of just fade into the background, like my fade. For a 6-year-old display, and a used display at that, like I said, this headset is used. I bought this used. It's pretty good. If I'm gonna rate it on a scale of 1 through 10, I'm probably gonna give it an 8. It's still holds up really well today. I don't want to say old. It's good for an older headset. Now, for the audio, let me get up nice and close for this one. You can see that this headset has audio straps built in to the side of this part, but whatever this is called, the thing. I wish Meta had something like this. These are really good. One of my favorite parts of the headset. It sets it apart from things like the Meta Quest because you have actual audio going straight to your ears as opposed to just speakers inside of the headset. Also, I don't really like this angle. Kind of just have to go with it now. You can like move them a little bit. They're not super flexible. You can move them, okay. You can move them up and down on these little rails. So you can just adjust it to your ears. You can also move them back and forth. So if you don't want to hear something as loud or hear something at all, you can move it back here. The audio is really good. Honestly, one of the better parts of the headset, I'd say. And on the topic of audio, this has a built-in microphone that is really good. I used it in my last Bone Lab video. I also pointed out that I was on the Index at that point. Overall, the audio of this headset and the microphone of this headset combined, I'd have to give it, you know what? I'll say it. I'll give it a 10. It's the best audio I've ever heard on a headset. It's the best microphone I've ever heard on a headset. Something that you don't have to charge. When I used to record my videos on the Meta Quest 3, I used this thing called an Antlion Mod Mic, which I'd have to charge and, you know, connect to my headset, and it was a hassle, I won't lie, as opposed to just having it here. Also, I don't want this to keep coming across, like I said, as a comparison video. I just am comparing it to the Quest 3 because it's something that I own and something that I have personal experience with. So yeah. Another thing is this headset is not standalone. You might have already guessed that, but you can't bring this headset with you wherever you want. And honestly, I prefer it that way. You don't have to charge anything. It's just always running from the PC to the headset. You'd never have to charge it. You get all the PC games, you get all the PC graphics. Overall, there's just a lot more you can do being on a computer while opposed to a standalone headset. You know, there are pros and cons of that, but these are just, again, my personal opinions. I was just about to end the video and then I forgot the controllers. These things are amazing. Yes, you do have to set up base stations. I have both of my base stations set up in both corners of my room, like very high up on the walls. These controllers are amazing. The finger tracking is insane. Honestly, I much rather prefer this than having the grip down here and the grip up here like on the Meta Quest controllers. I much rather prefer that. They're also strapped around your hand, so I can, you know, wave my hands however I want and, you know, act like I'm throwing stuff in, you know, games, and they're not going to slip off. You have to tighten them really hard. As you can see, I can just whip my hand back and forth and it's not coming off. The controllers, definitely a big plus of this headset. You can use this with many other headsets too. You do have to charge these though. They do have like a 6-hour battery life, I believe, but they do charge very quickly. I'll give the controllers a 9 out of 10 because there are some flaws with them. The finger tracking isn't perfect. You do sometimes have to calibrate the controllers with your fingers, and I think it's called drumming when you go like this with it and you make sure that the trackers know which finger is laying where on the controller. I hope I explained that right. But yeah, I'm gonna put the glass back on now. There we go. I hope this helped some of you guys decide if you want to buy a Valve Index headset or not. Like I said many times, I did not buy this for the full retail $1,000 USD price. If you are looking into something like this, especially at this time of the Index's lifespan, I would definitely recommend checking out somewhere like Facebook Marketplace. I don't want to recommend eBay, Amazon, or any of those other sites where you have to buy stuff online. I definitely recommend going local, checking it out, and making sure that you know what you're getting before you spend big amount of money, because it's a lot amount of money for a VR headset. So yeah, I hope this helped some of you guys decide if you are interested in buying this headset. I hope this helped you realize some personal opinions and some personal experience with it. So yes, I would definitely say the Valve Index is worth it in 2025. The Deckard is around the corner though, so if you are looking for a newer headset, definitely be on the lookout for that. And yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Hope you enjoyed my face. You might be seeing more of it, I don't know. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. There's nothing in this.